Hey friends, welcome back to Everson Road. I am Naomi. Today I'm doing my pineapple. You saw a short earlier this week that shows that I bought 7 pineapples from our local Aldi, $1.49 a piece. So I like to can my own. I just think the ingredients are better. I know exactly what I'm putting in. So I'm going to show you that process today. And it's a blustery cold day, and I figure what a better way to warm up our house by canning. So join me today, and thank you for all. We hit 400 subscribers, which was exciting. So thank you to everyone that's been subscribing. Thank you for watching our videos. It means a lot to us. We just are happy to share some of the things we've learned over the past several years to help us be more prepared and to be a healthier family. So let's get started. All right, since we're hot packing these pineapples, which I'll show you that process, I got my big old pot, my the little divider that goes in the bottom to keep your jars from sitting on the bottom of the pan. I put that in first, and then I filled it up because we are water bath canning. You want the water line to be above your jars. So I'm gonna warm my jars up in here. They've been cleaned and sanitized. So I'm gonna warm these up. I have it on medium heat right now, and then I'm gonna show you what we do next. The recipe I'm using is from this very old Ball Blue Book of Guide to Preserving. On page 21, you can see I have it starred right here. I'm using this recipe, but I'm substituting sugar. I'm gonna substitute honey for the sugar because I really just don't want the extra sugar. Because the main thing we use these pineapples in is our smoothies. I use it as a base. It has liquid in it. I just dump the whole thing in the bottom of our smoothies, and it makes a great base. It helps like break up the frozen fruit that I use. So this is the one I'm going to use. It says 3 pounds per quart. I am actually doing this in pints because, like I said, that's what we use it for. I just dump a pint in our blender for our smoothies, and it calls for pineapple, sugar, water. Like I said, I'm replacing the sugar with honey, and so it says to make a simple syrup. So I'm going to fill up my big pot right here with water. All right, so now that I got the water in the pot, I filled it up pretty good because I have a lot of pineapple to do. And you cook your pineapple in this syrup until it's tender. So I'm gonna put a good bit of honey in, and then I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna start heating it up, and then taste it to see if it's sweet enough. That should be good. Boop. Oh, I stuck that on backwards. So I'm gonna get this on the stove and get this warmed up and see if I like the taste. So now I'm gonna cut up my pineapple. I have double bag here for the pineapple scraps because I'm gonna use it in our compost. I don't know if these are exactly ripe, which I don't think they are. We've had them for like a week. So I'm just doing it. Today's the day I can do it. So what I'm gonna do, cut the top, the bottom off, try to get as close to the edge, and then I'll clean up those little brown spots because I don't want them in my pineapple when I can them. But you want to get all those little brown nubs off just because sanitary reasons, and then it makes a pretty jar too. So I just throw these in my scraps in my bag for my compost because we pretty much compost all our scraps. And then I'm just going to clean up the edges of this pineapple. Get all the brown spots off. And then what I'm going to do after I do that, I'm going to wash the pineapple to make sure I get all the bits off before chopping it. All right. So now I'm going to wash this pineapple and clean my board off. All right, the pineapple's been washed. I wiped my board down. I'm gonna cut this in half. And then what I do is I cut it in half again. And then after that, I kind of try to quarter it again. Let me see. Oop. I kind of like go down here like this. But what I do with my cores is I cut the cores off. And I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I do. But I add these to my pot with the honey, because I feel like it just adds sweetness. I've been doing that for years, and we enjoy it. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. Get the cores cut off. And when you're cutting this, be super careful. The pineapple is super slimy feeling. So it's sticky and it's lying around all over the place. I just don't want you to cut yourself. Preaching to the choir here. Yeah, so I just throw them cores in my pot. And then I cut them into like cubes about that size. Like that. Because like I said, you can eat these just out of the jar, but our preference for this is to use it in our smoothies. It's a great base. Instead of adding like orange juice or whatever, or extra water, we add the pineapple and the extra, I got the core in this one. The extra juice from the pineapple, and that's what we do. So I'm gonna get all the rest of these pineapples cut up, and then I'll show you where I go from there. Okay, so now we got our big bowl of pineapple ready to go. I just tasted a piece. It's such good taste, but it's not uber sweet. So I did add more honey to our pot. So I have the cores of the pineapples. They're getting tender. They're starting to like wilt a little bit. But I have that in there. I let it simmer for a while with the honey water. I added a good bit, probably a cup of honey to this. And I tasted it and it's sweet enough. I like it. So what I'm going to do is scoop all this out before I add my chunks of pineapple in. So now I'm going to get this pineapple into this pot. You want to let the pineapple go until it is tender, it says. So that's what I'm going to do. Piece fell. And then you're going to pack the pineapple and then the syrup over. And like I said, our jars are over here staying warm because you do not want to put hot anything into cold jars. They risk breaking. 9 out of 10 times they will. So I'm going to get this filled up and then I'll show you what the next step is. So in true Naomi fashion, I overfilled this. So I put some in here and I'm going to like lightly let it simmer. And then I will get them jarred up. But as right now I'm going to work on getting my jars and my lids and everything ready to go. I'm going to cover my countertop in some towels because you don't want to put hot jars again onto a cold surface because it risks breakage. But I'm going to get all my things ready to go. I'm going to get my funnel, my jar puller, a ladle, my lids, my rings, and make sure everything's ready to go. And then I'll show you how we get these jarred up. All right, so I sit down these very old towels. They're thicker. I like them because I feel like it's more durable between the counter and the jars. And then I got my funnel, my jar grabber. I've got my lids and my rings. And now I'm going to get this all started. Okay, I also forgot to say I grabbed this old crusty rag that I wiped so I can that I put water on so I could wipe the rims. All right, so funnel in carefully. Get the pineapple into the jars. And the reason you want to hot pack too, it makes it easier to like for settling purposes, because sometimes they want to crawl up to the top because there's not enough pineapple, too much liquid. So I'm just going to take a spoon and kind of pack this down a bit so I can fit as much in as possible. And then I'm going to get the lids wiped and you're going to pour over the hot liquid in here. Let's see what it says. It says 1/2 inch head space. All right, so I found my marker. So I take it out and just check the 1/2 inch one. That's good. We're going to put some of this liquid over this and get the rim wiped off. Just to there. Let's debubble. So I use a chopstick to just make sure all the bubbles come out. And then you want to wipe this rim. Get your lid on. Get your ring. Just a fingertip tight. And then I'm going to get this in the canner. All right, we're gonna do another one together just to double check everything. So you put the pineapple in. Push it down a little bit with my spoon. Fit a piece or two more in there. That. Check headspace. Perfect. Then pour the hot liquid over. Debubble. Wipe the rim. And then get the lid, ring to fingertip tight, and then get this jar into the canner. They're all canned in the canner. I got 9 jars in here. You can see the water is pretty full, over at least an inch over your top of your lids. I turned the heat up to high. I'm going to get these to boiling. And the book says that quarts go for 20 minutes, pints go for 15. So these are going to go for 15 minutes after the water comes to a boil. So I'll get a lid on this and get that up to boil. And of course, I have leftover pineapple, so we'll see how many more pints I can get out of this. Probably like 4 or 5 more. And then the process will be done, which is going to be awesome. And I'll have at least probably 13, 14 pints of pineapple. All right, we got a boil in our jars and our canner, so I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes and then let them go. Once these are done boiling, I'm going to sit them over here and let them cool, and then I'll check the seals and probably tomorrow take the rings off and make sure they are good to go. All right, the timer is off. I'm going to shut the heat off and let this come down from the rolling boil down to like a no boil at all. And then I'm going to get the jars taken out of this canner. All right, this has stopped boiling, so I'm going to use my jar grabber and get these guys out of this hot water. And I'm going to have to do a second batch, unfortunately. But like I said, can't complain. There could be worse things. So I just grab, take, bring over, sit, and I'll just fill up this area with our hot jars. There we go. Oh, it's pinging. I love the ping noise. So I got the 9 jars out, and I'm going to continue with the second batch, but that's the process of canning pineapple. So I just wanted to say thank you for being here today. I'm grateful. Oh, all the pinging. I'm grateful that you took your time out of your day to watch our video. If you would like these videos, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you part of our Everson Road family, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.